Recording in progress.
Are your mornings calm and easy and relaxed, or are they more chaotic and stressful? Yeah, that's what a lot of parents tell me. What about your nights? When you get home and you're in the evenings, are you able to relax and feel soothed and ready to wind down for the relaxing sleep at night? Or do you find yourself ruminating about the day's stress that you've just had, or starting to worry ahead about the day coming up tomorrow? So, I'm Dr. Ellen, and I'm going to be talking to you today about creating morning routines and night routines that can help you feel supported and more calm and able to get your work done and things done that you need to do in the morning and the evening. And at the end of today's session, I'm going to talk about things you can do during the day also in a daytime routine that can help you feel more calm and in control of your day and less stressed, but more successful. So let's talk about routines. So routines are really habits that are stacked, one on top of the other, on top of the other. I did a whole video last week about habits. And if this is a topic that interests you, when you finish this video, you probably would find it interesting to watch that video as well. I spoke more about individual habits in that video. I'm not going to repeat everything in this video. I'll just tell you briefly that I did say habits can be positive. They can uplift us and build us up, or habits can be negative. They can derail us and create obstacles. Habits are usually just actions that we repeat by habit over and over again. And often we do it so naturally, they become automatic. Now, when we create routines intentionally of good habits, that's a good thing that they become automatic, because if we think intentionally and create empowering routines, we can put them almost on autopilot, that we just get used to doing one thing after the other, so our mornings can flow much more easily and smoothly. The difficult part is when you have habits that are not good, and you really need to think about what your habits and your routines currently are, so you can make a decision about what you want to change about them. And again, effective habits and effective morning routines can really set the tone for your day, can put you on a path where you're grounded and feel calm from the beginning of the day. If you wake up and you feel stressed from the beginning of the day and you're going into your day stressed, it's really hard to bring it down. But if you start your day out calm and soothing and grounded, and somehow during the day you find yourself stressed, it's easier to come back to the calm that you've created and you've felt at the beginning of the day. So again, there are many advantages for having effective routines. And again, good routines can set the tone for the day, and good routines are so automatic, they can almost be on autopilot again. So you go one after the other and get things done to empower you. So let's start with a basic morning routine, one that I haven't added any of my special touches to, but that people commonly tell me. So a typical morning routine is you wake up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, and you get dressed. So let me tell you about that routine, but from the personal viewpoint of a client who came to me. And she said her equivalent routine was she'd wake up in the morning. She said, I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, then I go to my closet and I try on probably 3 outfits to decide what I want to wear. Then I realize I can't find the shoes that I want to wear. And then I have to figure out what I want my kids to wear, what I want to take for lunch and send with the kids for lunch, and what we're going to have for breakfast. So again, you can right away see and envision that that client is likely experiencing a lot of stress because they're not prepared for what they need to be doing. And they're not shielded from the stress. They have to make a lot of decisions and take a lot of actions. So the first point that I want to make to you is that a good morning routine starts the night before. So if you find that your mornings are chaotic and you're in a rush, one of the first things that you can do is lay out your clothing and your kids' clothing the night before. So in the morning, when you're rushed, you don't have to make decisions. The fewer decisions you have to make when you're in a rush, especially in the morning, the better. So decide the night before, and you can check the weather, look at your calendar, and decide the night before and lay out your clothing. So in the morning, all you have to do is briefly get dressed, put your clothing on. You don't have to spend time thinking about, what am I going to wear today? What do I feel like wearing? And again, lay out your children's clothing if they're too young and they don't pick their own clothing. Prepare everybody's lunches the night before if you can. So all everybody needs to do is grab their lunch bags from the refrigerator. Also try to prepare everybody's snacks for the day coming up. And decide on everybody's breakfast the night before. And the simpler you can make that, the better. Depending on people's ages, if everybody can have the same breakfast or a similar breakfast or a simple breakfast, that's going to be faster. So again, the fewer decisions that you have to make, the fewer unprepared actions, the better. Now, what's missing so far in what I talked about? We talked about the physical actions of laying your clothing out, being prepared, getting your lunch ready, of having your shoes and everything laid out, and the kids' clothing. So these are mostly physical steps. And if you're finding that your morning is stressed, and I like to compare it to on the news with the traffic, they call rush hour traffic in the morning when people are driving. And I think about it as well in the house. If your morning is rush hour, where you're running around and like the cars are stuck back, if you find yourself not getting through the traffic of the morning efficiently, then something in your routine should be able to help you. So we talked about the physical parts that you can plan for. But when I work with my clients, and most of the books that talk about morning routines, talk about physical things that you can do and basic other things that you can do. But what I tell my clients is if you're finding your mornings stressful, I want to put in a routine that's emotionally protective for you. And I usually create for my clients about a 3 or a 4-prong set of little things we can put in. And some things may take seconds or moments. Some things can take a little bit more, depending on what you're comfortable with and what you feel you have enough time to do. Ultimately, it's best if you could wake up a half an hour before the kids wake up, or even an hour if you could, to do some meditation or journaling or other types of relaxation, yoga, other calming techniques that can help you. So art or slow, deep breathing or gratitude practice. I'm a big fan of gratitude practice because I think it's really helpful no matter what stresses you're going to have during the day. If you can start each day and think to yourself, what are 3 things I'm really grateful for? That can really open your heart and start you off with a really special, warm, and protected feeling. So again, I'm a big fan of gratitude practice. It takes very little time and it gives a lot back. The rewards are great. And of course, if you have a half an hour and you can do meditation or yoga or journaling or affirmations or any other types of activities that can ground you for the day, that's helpful as well. And again, I work with my clients to find out what they are comfortable with, what they can do. And here's an important question that I also ask my clients when we're discussing habits and routines. And I'm going to ask you to commit to an answer to this also. Do you consider yourself more of a morning person or more of a night owl? So if you're more of a night owl and you're more efficient and energetic in the evenings, then you probably need to prepare yourself a lot more for mornings when you don't feel high energy and high activity, when you really have to push yourself. If you are a morning person and you feel the energy in the morning, you may have to guide yourself and guide your energy. And you may have to be more protective in the late afternoons or the evenings with a routine that insulates you, that helps ground you, that helps you feel more settled, less stressed. So let's talk a little bit about the night also. And people usually have physical routines: brush teeth, wash up, change into pajamas or a nightgown. And again, these are all physical changes. If you're feeling stressed, if you feel that you tend to ruminate on what you've been thinking about, what's on your mind from during the day, or you're starting to think with stress about tomorrow's calendar, you need to put some things in your evening routine, your night routine, to ground you, to keep you in the moment, in the evening where you are, not in the morning or the day that you've just had, not in the day coming up, but to take probably some deep breaths and some other type of soothing activities that can ground you, settle you, and make you feel more calm for your evening and help you wind down so that you can go to sleep and have a relaxing sleep. There's nothing more stressful than getting into bed where you're preparing to go to sleep, but your mind is really stressed and in the stress cycle, ruminating. That is not good preparation for sleep or for relaxing sleep. So again, with my clients, I build in a set of habits, and usually again about a 4-prong approach that we can help you settle down and figure out what are the best techniques, what's the best order to help you wind down and get ready for the night. I also wanted to mention some daytime routines and activities that can help you feel more settled. And one example, I tell my clients, when you get to work, one of the first things that can feel helpful to you, other than sitting for a few moments and taking some deep breaths to feel a grounded feeling, is to look at your calendar and get some idea, remind yourself what you want to accomplish for the day so that you have an intention and you know what you're going to have to do. So it won't be like you're running around trying to figure out, what do I have to do next? What did I promise somebody I would do? But again, to lay out your calendar as you begin your workday. And at the end of your workday, a great habit in your routine is to look over your calendar and review what you did and take a look at tomorrow's calendar so you can be prepared for what you're going to need to do tomorrow. And I compare that when you plan for your day tomorrow at the end of one workday, that's like physically laying out your clothing the night before. You know what's going to happen, what you need to have prepared. So again, a workday routine with supportive habits can also help you feel calm, confident, and in control of your day. And living calm means injecting some emotionally protective techniques. that can be helpful. It can really make a difference between living in the stress zone and living feeling calm, in control, optimally productive, happy, and successful. So daytime and nighttime routines and habits are just one example of the many strategies that I talk about with my clients. And if you'd like to discuss these further, or any of many other techniques and methods and strategies that I give to my clients, I'd be happy to help you learn them and fast track them. I will leave some information on my contact information in the description. So you will have my email and my calendar if you'd like to set up an appointment. And again, I spoke last week in detail about habits. So if this session was helpful to you, it will probably be very helpful for you to go back and look at last week's session as well. And I'd love to invite you to leave me a comment in the comments area and let me know if this video was helpful to you and what your favorite aha moment was. Was it making sure that you have an emotionally protective technique in the morning to help you during rush hour? Or was it the comparison to rush hour? Or was it laying out your calendar at the end of your workday so that you can be prepared for the next day? Or was it something else? I love to connect with people and get feedback because it helps me know what's useful to prepare for future sessions and future videos. So again, I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, I'm going to ask you to hit thumbs up. Please share this with other people who can benefit from it as well. And hit subscribe so that you can benefit yourself when I come out with future videos as well. So next week, I will be here with another video on a different topic. And until then, be strong, be empowered, and let's talk again together soon.